point. And guess what? The greed did not even bring you back your main capital. Talk more of profit, but yeah, it just shows you how the kind of things where three guys and crypto traders, most especially those that are doing sports trading like me and Anu and other the likes of them, yeah, to tell you kind of things like we actually go through on a daily. But guess what? It is actually good news that in the midst of all these trying moments, this is how I see it. I call it a trying moment. Something good is definitely going to come out. I believe it. Like no cap. Something good is definitely coming out. And you just have to stick around. You get this is just the first step. This is just the first step. Because from the onset, yeah, me, I believe the introduction, right? The kind of narrative that happens to be introduced to crypto and Web3 from 2025, from 2024 till date, right? I definitely knew one way or the other it will actually alter the historical pattern of the bull run. But I never knew like this is the dimension it would take. But I knew there's it's going to be an impact. But guess what? The impact is not going to be negatively. For now, it's still looking as if, oh, everything is in a state of shambles. But guess what? I still believe there is still hope. There is still hope, no cap. Thank you so much, Nano, for that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I see people actually tagging. Thank you for the comment. Guys, go and tag your community people, go and tag everybody. We are still on space and a whole lot of valuable alphas and insight have been dishing out. So now that your hands are up, you want to say something, please, you have the mic. And we move on to fortune, then we go.
Like you said, there like a lot has been altered with these ETFs. Like it's the first time we're entering a bull run with a concept or a narrative such as ETFs, and it's really shook the whole crypto world. So the thing is, people have been criticizing Trump, like all around criticizing Trump, saying he's probably going to go back on his whole crypto whatever. But I feel it's my own conviction though, so I want to share my conviction with you. If you buy the idea, okay. If you have opposite view, it's all right. So this week in the US, the policy for the trade tariff that Trump passed, that says the US, when goods are imported from Mexico and Canada, it will have a plus 25% fee attached to it. Then goods from China are having, I think, plus 15% tariff added. So which means that if you used to buy something for $50, like a goods that was produced in Canada, you were buying it for $50 in the US. As of last week down till now and going till Trump leaves, the price is going to be plus 25% now. So a lot of people said he's you know revolting against the whole world, is start this and that. Probably he's going to do the same thing to us crypto guys, right? Actually Petro is a citizen of the US who owns a business there. It means that not even up to 20% of the population are patronizing me. I'm actually making losses. If you consider the population of the US, that's a very big loss to whoever owns a business there. So now, for example, I used to make in previous years I used to make, let's say, $20 profit at the end of the year after selling 20% of what I produce there in the US. Now he started to think that, okay, if we should increase the prices of goods that are not produced in the US and then leave the prices of things produced in the US at the normal price, it means that people will opt to buy the cheaper ones, right? Therefore, patronizing or increasing the profits of companies in the US. Now, in the long run, for example, let's say now the prices of tomatoes they are importing is like $5 more expensive than mine. And now people are now patronizing me and buying mine. And at the end of the year, I end up selling 100% of my produce off. It means that my profits for that year are going to increase, right? They are going to increase drastically. Now, let's not forget, he said that the Federal Reserves are going to be moved to cryptocurrencies. ETFs are going to be approved in all banks. So now, as a person that owns the business in the US, now people are patronizing me and making more profits. In turn, I would be smart enough or financially buoyant enough to consider going to the bank picking up an ETF form and telling my bank or my account manager that, okay, I want you to actually take 20% from the profits I made this year in my company and put it into crypto. I think what the man is doing is simple. He's stabilizing the US economy, getting everybody ready to be financially buoyant enough to what's the word now, to um adopt the whole crypto idea, the whole idea of investing more in assets, digital assets. I feel that's what he's doing in the long run. Thank you, my lord.
Wow, wow, thank you, thank you. I think that actually explained it, and then it throw a whole light to the topic at hand. So let me add this here, like based on the analysis Nano said, yeah, 50% of what US citizens consume are goods from Canada and Mexico. And the question is why? Now, the question why is because they are economically friendly in the sense they are cheaper. You get the point. So now, if they are cheaper, people always go for what is cheap. And then what Nano said, that's just the thing. You get the point. That's one. And to add from this perspective, yeah, if you really want to, Trump has been saying it that he's there to help America make more money, make more than make more income. He's going to help America make more income. So now the question is, how is he going to do that? Then he talked about what? He talked about crypto and Bitcoin. Because even me, to be honest, I think at some point here, I was among the people that are saying that, are you sure that Trump is not going to betray the crypto committee now that he's in power? He used us to get to the office and stuff like that. But now comes to think of it, the whole idea is to make America great again through crypto. Now the question is, you can't just start thinking of how to make money if you have not cut down the unnecessary spending. Guess what? The whole point of Donald Trump driving is that he don't want to mint more money to invest into something. No, he wants to manage inflation and at the same time make more. So now you look at what he has been doing with the USA, other unnecessary or government expenditure. That is the whole point of the Dutch creation, which is the Department of Government Efficiency. That department is to help the government cut down costs. So when they cut down costs, they could now, use the money that was supposed to go into unnecessary and unaccountable expenditure to now bring it into crypto. This is how I see it. You get the point? This is how I see it. And I guess this is what they are working towards gradually. And guess what? It's not going to just happen overnight. And if you know, one thing is that the people do say is that people that are into crypto are full of faith. They believe, they just want to hope anything is possible. They just want to this, they just want to that. But guess what? In as much that we are trying to be focused on profit, but at some point, let's be logical to these things. Let's be reasonable. This is how I see it. You get the point. First, they need to cut down unnecessary expenditure. Secondly, use the money to buy Bitcoin and then cryptocurrency and other stuff like that. With that, they can now make profit without printing more money. That is how government should be. But guess what? Our government, if they want to like make new investment, they don't just lay off the unnecessary expenditure that they cannot even account for, which the government is constantly pushing money into, right? All they just need to do is, okay, we own the bank, we own the CBN, let's print more money. With that, inflation is everywhere. And guess what? If you haven't noticed, yeah, dollar has been, should I say, strong or weak over the past days. But I believe with time, it's going to be a positive outcome. So, Nano, thank you for actually bringing that up. Thank you for bringing that up. Thank you all for everybody commenting in the comment section. We're not going to forget the sponsors of today's space and the sponsors of our Friday spaces, the Piin Community. Big shout out to our sponsors. It's good to have you here. So yeah, thank you. Like I said, yeah, if you are looking for an asset to hold, definitely do your research on Piin. Definitely do your research on Piin. I personally, there is a time for everything. And then the time speculated that 7 to 9 months from now we can now see a good pump in Bitcoin and the rest, I think it's actually possible, because within a space of 7 months, the Department of Government Efficiency could have done a very great job in cutting down the government cost, number one, having access to enough money to look into crypto, and as well as driving gain for the US itself in general. So Fortune, I think Fortune is struggling, but I definitely have a question to ask you. Guys, this is an open mic session. Feel free to request for the mic and come up. Make sure you are following the sponsors of today's host, which is the Piin Community. Make sure you follow, check the comment section, you follow the account. I'll be pinning some of their tweets to the space up here. Just so you know, guys, information, let me just drop this real quick. We are sitting at 490 people currently on space. It's massive, guys. It's massive. Yes, 490 people on space. We do this every Friday, guys. We do this every Friday. Currently, Piin is a very bullish community. The project is strong, and I'm super rooting for all this market manipulation, all these red candles, Valentine gifts from the crypto market to actually come and pass. And we believe in a great potential for Piin. Just so you know, guys, let's talk a little bit about the Piin network ecosystem, looking at the fact that Piin narrative itself is bettered from the concept of the Pi network. In the black market, even though the what's it called, the Pi core team officially has shown no interest in the trade of Pi cryptocurrency in the black market, but we cannot still deny the fact that it is going on, number one, and we cannot still deny the fact that people really believe in the Pi network ecosystem. Yes, we cannot deny the fact, because currently now the Pi, which is in Naira, yeah, there was a time it crashed to 650, 550 as at late last year, and guess what? In the space of 2 weeks, it flies back up to above 1,000 Naira, and within this week, Pi sells for within 1,000 Naira to 1,200, and so on and so forth. We are anticipating the Pi open mainnet, guys. Can you guys hear me? Yes, we are anticipating the Pi open mainnet. The criteria outlined by the what's it called, by the Pi core team themselves, I think most of the boxes have been checked. We are currently sitting at 10 million KYC pioneers. That is massive, guys. 10 million, guys. 10 million KYC pioneers. And guess what? With the circulating supply of Pi token less than a billion, and it is rumored that Pi has raised over $15 billion in an unofficial, not unofficial though, but then unannounced, publicly secret fundraising. So guys, it's going to be massive. So we can't wait to actually see the Pi open mainnet, which I am very sure, I am so certain that it's going to be one of the major catalysts to pushing the Piin community and then the Piin price to a new height. Obviously, 10 million people KYC. Imagine, and let's just look at, let's say, 1%. Guess what, guys? Before I divert here, let me say this. Guess what? The Piin community just started a new campaign called what? Pushing Piin holders to 1 million. We are pushing for 1 million active holders. Yes, the Piin community is pushing for 1 million active holders. And guess what? That's going to be peanuts by the time Piin network itself enters the open mainnet. We have 10 million people actively, migrated to the mainnet. 10 million people. And we have the community, we have good marketing plans. We can easily get 1 million, holders from the Piin network community itself. And guess what? When the volume start coming, other people will start looking at it as well. And as Piin token is also on Solana, we'll see Solana OGs, Solana Maxis coming in to also have a share. So 1 million holders is just peanut. Guess what? We are still in an uncertain market, but we are sitting at above 10,000 holders as at today. Above 10,000 holders. Guys, we are not playing here. We are not playing. It's going to be massive, yeah? So, Fortune, can you please come up here? I have questions for you. The network is shadowing you somehow. Fortune, can you hear us? Just drop a reaction. Nano, it's good to have you. Thank you so much, Nano, for your time. We really, really appreciate. So before we have Nano, let's go on a musical break before we come and continue. Thank you. I want to shout. Me, I want to shout. I beg you, me, make a shout. Oh, lo, 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 I beg you, I want to shout. Thank you all for coming. Thank you. This is Piin Space, discussing the value of Piin with crypto nature and nano complex and our humble speaker Fortune. Enjoy the music before we come back from this short commercial break. Hey, hey. 1, 2, 3, let's go again. Let's go, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the reaction. Make sure you tag your friends. I'm learning a whole lot already, and I'm seeing the future is bright, guys. Let's go take. As I come to shout a little, so you tell me where I'm from there. This kind of love me I never see. I say this kind of love me I never see. I say me I want to shout. I beg you really make a shout. Me I want to shout. I beg you really make a shout. Me, I want to shout, I want to shout, I want to shout, and I'm definitely gonna shout. I'm definitely gonna shout. Leave me make a shout. Thank you. So as we are having a musical break, Web3 just joined us. Good to have you with us. Web3 Gig, good to have you in the building. Web3 Gig is Idan himself. He's the state mod of Super Team Adamawa State Chapter. It's good to have you with us, Chief. So guys, Fortune will be joining us very, very soon. Thank you. A whole lot of people are commenting about my voice, that they love my voice. Get it, get used to it. My baby is active today, so you hear more of her voice from time to time. Now it's actually crushing, but guess what? You're not gonna have her. So yeah, thank you all. Like I said, it has been an amazing one, and guess what? We are just getting started. So let's just wait for Fortune to join us officially again on the space. So Fortune, I'm sending the co-host invite. Your network is something else, but so help us God. So let's vibe more before we get Fortune. Oh, good. Welcome back. Okay, thank you. Welcome back, Fortune. So Fortune, it's good to have you back. So a quick question, yeah. Looking at how the market has been, we have talked about that from the mental aspect to what investors need to do and how we need to position for something great to come up. So now a real question, yeah. Looking at the next 6 to 9 months from now, with the whole Bitcoin reserve and ETF stocks, Donald Trump pushing Bitcoin and the rest, how do you see Bitcoin price positively impacting the value of Piin? Should I repeat the question? How do you see Bitcoin increase in price positively affecting the price of Piin as a meme token? Yeah, thank you. Can you hear me? Fortune, you have the mic, bro. Am I working, guys?
Yes, I can hear you clearly. Please repeat the question again. Sorry.
Okay, I say looking at the state of the market, yeah, and then with predictions and political, what's it called? With the bills being passed, right? How do you see the price of Bitcoin? Can you please off your mic? It's echoing from my own end. Thank you so much. How do you see the price of Bitcoin positively affecting, you get the point, the price of what's it called Piin token in the next 6 to 9 months if Bitcoin happens to start going parabolic. Do you get the question? Are you still there, Fortune?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm rugging really badly today. Today's really a bad day. Sorry. So your question, if I get you right, how the bills, right, the bills being passed and the whole Bitcoin stuff is good actually gonna improve the fine. Am I right? Because I didn't
Yes. That's just the whole point. Yeah.
really get to. Can anyone hear me?
We can hear you.
Please let me know.
We can hear you. We can hear you. Now, can you hear Fortune? Man.
Oh, all right. I can
Yes.
hear you now. I can hear you now. So coupled with the fact that before the Donald Trump inauguration with the whole Bitcoin hype and everything, so we were all expecting um a massive pump into Bitcoin. You know, back to the rapid institutional buys and micro strategy and everything. So we're actually expecting let's say Bitcoin at 150 to 200. And back to the fact that Pine is actually a Bitcoin inscription project. So on the long run, with Trump's policies and everything going on right now, I think, and also with um the planned Bitcoin strategic reserve and everything that's coming up, I think yes, it will affect the price of Pine positively. That's skyrocketing the price from what we have now. Can anyone hear me?
I think you rocked for some seconds, but now we can hear you. Continue, please.
All right, I was done with my contribution.
Okay. Thank you for that contribution. Thank you for that contribution. So now, we want to actually hear your own. What do you think, and how do you think in the next 7 to 9 months, when should like by that time, hopefully, we believe the Department of Government Efficiency will have done a great job in cutting down unnecessary expenditure, looking forward into making cool cash for the US, which is the government. How do you think that will affect the price of per in as Bitcoin inscripted token? So yeah, thank you.
Yo, so Piin already we've stated is on the Bitcoin inscription, right? So also has one foot in Solana, and then making America great again, how it all relates. So let's see. I very practical person. Let's say you now, nature, you are a citizen of the US, for example. After these policies, we've seen importation reduced. We've seen a lot of government offices that were not functioning already cut off and things like that. Now you now have like your business is thriving. Now your bank has ETF rights approved, and you have a lot of profits in the year. So now you walk to your bank, right? And you're like, oh, account officer, how much profits did I make after clearing all my credits and whatever? And then he tells you, oh, nature, as of last year, your credit balance was about $20, you couldn't pay up, but now this year, due to some policies, you had a very nice sale. Now you are no longer in credits actually. Your balance is about, let's say, $200, for example. And you're like, oh, $200, okay. Account officer, how do you suggest I make use of this money? How do you suggest I double this money? I don't just want the money sitting there idle. And the account officer says to you, oh, nature, have you heard of digital assets? And you're like, oh, digital assets, tell me about them. And he's like, oh, there's Bitcoin, these are the securities. It's actually a very nice way to, put in your money. And you're like, okay, sir, how do I purchase this? And then he takes you through the whole legal terms and everything. And then let's say he buys you Bitcoin asset worth $50, right? So now you still have about $150 left in your wallet. And then you go home as a curious person. You just heard about Bitcoin and you decide to do your own research, and then you find out, oh, there are other coins you could actually purchase on your own. Here's how you set up a wallet, and then you set up the wallet and everything, and then you come over to X, right? And then you're checking out projects to see what's happening. I feel what will draw attention to Piin is the very strong community. For example, let's say this space now, we have over 400 people on the space, and then it gave us that red fire. It's a trending space. So for example, you walk into X, you log into your X, and then you see a trending space, and you hop on and you're seeing, oh, these guys are believers in a certain cause, right? Because we are all believers in the Piin movement, and you see how strong the community is, or you see how everybody's vibing, everybody's turning up. You also want to feel that sense of belonging, right? I feel that's what comes with this whole Piin movement. There's this sense of belonging, of being in a community that shows up, a community that is active, a community that is living. You want to be part of it. Aside the profit, you want that feeling, right? So, and you're like, oh, they have fine PFPs, they have people who turn up, the community is active, they are talking about it, they're not just talking about profits, they're talking about news analysis. I could really learn a lot from it, I could get to network from it, and you're like, okay, let me buy into Piin. So I feel this is how it's going to play out, right? It's going to bring a lot of attention because Piin already has infrastructures in place, especially the community feature. So when people start getting curious, normal Web2 people start getting curious about Bitcoin because they're not hearing, oh, your government has money stored in Bitcoin, you can purchase Bitcoin. Bitcoin is now considered a currency, a stable, safe currency, an investment option. Yeah, people get curious, they want to see, they want to know more. And you see, structures like this, like vibrant communities, are what will attract a lot of people. They want to feel among, they want to feel, with people of like minds, they want to feel welcomed and things like that. So Piin, I feel for with the rate at which everything is going, the policies and all that, it's going to affect Piin positively. We're going to see a lot of a flow of members right according to plan. And influence coming into standards coming into Piin also. So that's it for me, my lord.
Thank you so much, Nano. Thank you so much. I think that is just actually what it is. You know, when anybody is new into the market, right? He he tends to be curious. That's number one, and he's open to like explore more. okay, on what's the next thing to do and stuff like that. You get. So it's actually fact. Now another thing that I would like to actually say is that, people have been hearing of Bitcoin. People have been hearing of Bitcoin, so help me, a whole lot, so many times. But guess what? People are still scared about it. Now, why are they even scared? Because how did they even get to hear it? I can tell you of the fact that it's only few people that really, are risk takers. Let me put it the way. People believe that, okay, if it has to do with money, let it come from my bank. I don't know if you get the point. Because that is why, if you look at the ETF, you look at the bank's policy, allowing banks to now sell digital investment options directly to their customers, is actually another way forward. Because now, if people want to invest or anything that has to do with land, guess what? To tell you how people trust the banks, like, for now, but I believe that will change with time, right? It's even in the real estate company now, the real estate industry, they are now bringing some of the packages to banks so that banks can offer it to their customers. There's this sense of that security that comes when, okay, if my banks offer me this, my account manager told me I can do this. You get the point that comes with it. And now that ETF is there, and then the policy that allows banks to now sell such options to their users, is actually a welcoming development. So yeah, thank you so much for that. And this is another way when Bitcoin starts going parabolic, it will positively affect, let me put the word, impact the value of Piin as a meme token, or should I say as a Bitcoin inscription. To add to what Nano said, yeah, when people start making profits, people want to buy everything. It's simple psychology. That's just it. You get the point. When people start making profits, people want to buy everything. But in as well that people want to buy everything, people want to still look for the lesser risk investments with high profit potential. That is where they start looking at Piin. And the question now, because in as much that, okay, we are here to talk about Piin and then promote it one way or the other, I'm always trying my best, and I believe all my speakers are doing the same. Nano is doing the same, Fortune and the rest. We are trying to be logically and transparent in our analogies. Now, the question the investor would like ask is, why should I even look at Piin as something that has as a meme token that has potential but yet has lower risk? Number one, when you are investing into a meme token, your number one greatest fear is rugging. That's number one. Rugging. Okay, will I just wake up one morning and look at that? Okay, the liquidity has been pulled, debt don't rug, everybody don't scatter. That's the number one fear. Second fear is, okay, if this is out of the way, your second fear greatly is going to be whales. Okay, who are the top whales in this project? Now, talking about the top whales, you now look it down to supply. You look it down to supply. Okay, who the top 20 to top 40 of the supply, who are the persons holding it? You get the point? So when you now discover that, okay, this project the top 10 holders are not even holding up to 10%. I don't think so, because the last time I checked, it's not up to. I'm not even holding up to 10%. So it simply means that the token is fairly distributed among its holders. You get the point? You now realize that, okay, the token is fairly well distributed amongst its holders. Now you are done with that fear. Now your second fear is, okay, is this a centralized community or is actually decentralized? You now discover that Piin is a community-driven project. Community-driven, in as much that what you now be like wondering, okay, why is it community-driven? What is community-driven project, and why should that be something that will excite me? Simple and short. When a project is community driven, it simply means that every community member, 432 persons on this piece listening currently, are are entitled to, or should I say, have the responsibility attached to them to talk about this project to their friend and to potential investors. Now, just do this thing, is simple. So imagine 452 of us currently active listeners on this space decided to talk about Piin to one or two persons that has the liquid to invest at least $10 to $5. Do you know how much volume will be attracting to Piin? You get the point. And I believe most of us on this space are currently actively doing it. The reason why I believe somehow, these are just my opinion, because nobody can tell you for a fact why the market is like that. We can just look at the signs, look at the reasons, and make educative guesses, which in another word we call it analysis. Why things are like this is because of the fear and the manipulation. The moment that fear and then that fear is off it, liquid will flow and to enter into the right places. So me personally, I still solidly believe that when the movement starts, right, the Bitcoin movement starts, Piin is going to actually benefit from that greatly. And secondly, before that will happen, if if Pi Network, which is the Pi core team, decides to launch the open mainnet before the main Bitcoin parabolic movement should happen, that would be a first catalyst for the Piin community. I can tell you this. That would be a first catalyst. That would be the first catalyst for the Piin community. So we will experience our should I say, parabolic pumps in the Piin community months before the actual Bitcoin parabolic movement should start, if the Piin community should actually go to mainnet ahead, within, let's say, Q1 or latest early Q2, which personally I don't even want it to take that long, because we are now 10 million, but then some things are still yet to be checked, such as having, oh wow, thank God this guy just brought lights, such as having 100 minutes ready marketplace. Pi Network is not just any kind of project. It is a project that strongly believes in utility, and not just anyhow kind of utility. They don't really want dexes, bridges, and stuff like that. The real life utilities, things that people need on a daily, things that people interact with. That's why if you go to the what's it called, the Pi browser, check at the ecosystem, what's it called, product or project being built, you realize that most of the things there are marketplaces, Uber, logistics app, laundry service, things that has to do with common man and what man needs on a daily. So this is my own 2 cents on that. We see Kryptonite in the building, but before we pass him the mic, let's enjoy this wonderful music proposed to us by our humble speaker, Nano Conflex. Okay, just give me a minute. Let's have it up. Am I playing the right song, Nano? Kissy face, sent to your phone, but I'm trying to kiss your lips for real. Red hearts, that's what I'm on, yeah. Come give me something I can feel. Don't you want me like I want you, baby? Don't you need me? See tomorrow, but tonight go crazy. All you gotta do is just meet me at the it's whatever you like. Turn this opposite to a club. I'm talking drink, dance, smoke, free, party all night. Come back, what's up? Don't you want me like I want you, baby? Don't you need me like I need you now? Sleep tomorrow, but tonight go crazy. All you gotta do is just meet me at the So now you know game. Are you ready? Cause I'm coming to get you. Get you all day. Yeah. I'm on my way. Hold on. I'm on my way. Yeah. Now, alpha number one, or should I say advice number one, always take profit. Alpha number two, don't be greedy. Alpha number three, afford what you can invest to lose. Alpha number four, get in fast, get out fast. Paka paka, as Hausa man will say it. And then alpha number five, always do your own research. When I say research, in-depth research. Alpha number six, have your own personal conviction before diving into it, because guess what? It is your money, not crypto natures, not nanos, not kryptonite money. Alpha number five, always prioritize learning and supporting any community you believe into, because guess what? At the long run, it is the belief and the consistency contribution that speaks over everything. Yeah. So kryptonite, your hands are up, you have the mic, you share your own, and then we start rounding things up, yeah, guys.
Yeah, GM, everyone on the space. Shout out to Piin Foundation. Shout out to Piin Community. You guys are always active on space. Yes, we are always here to learn and also to relearn and to unlearn. Yeah, I'm very, very bullish on you guys. So shout out to Piin Community. Yes, I just want to talk about Piin a little bit. And for those who don't know me, my name is Kryptonite. I'm a Web3 marketer. I'm also the Piin Global Moderator. Yeah. So I just want to talk about. I heard you talking about Pain. We are explaining about why the market Pain, the potential in Pain, and also market strength, the Pain utility being flowed into Pain ecosystem. Yes, we should understand that in the crypto space, Bitcoin is always the father, and there have been fear in the market. Um, Recently, most of the decisions being taken by Trump, and I'm very bullish on Trump because most people don't understand what Trump is doing. We just want everything to happen in a day. Yes, the man just got into power and he has to set some things right if actually what he wants to do. Trump will not just become an American president. I will start telling people invest in crypto, do this, do this. There are some laws, there are some things that they have to put in place for order to for order to make it safer for their citizens. Yes, Trump will not just come and announce crypto. People will start telling people to come and buy. No, there have to be regulations. There have to be so many people coming together to make sure that that particular resource is that particular channel is safe. This is money. When it comes to crypto, we are talking about money. This is where people keep their money. So they have to be proper guidance. They have to be proper sanitation for that for it to take effect. For it to know that this has been tested and is safe now for the American citizen. That is what he's doing. Also trying to cut short the spending of America, and also use it to invest in America for them to keep having that power, for them to to make crypto space make America the capital of crypto. So the reason why Pain there have not been much liquidity, the market has been down. There is fear in the market regarding the current happenings around the globe. So I believe once the market starts getting bullish, when everything is being settled, when liquidity are being pumped into Bitcoin ecosystem, into Solana ecosystem, there it will start affecting Pain. So Pain is just going through what other coins are going through as we speak. So that is the reason why you see the price have not been going up. But this is at the best time for you to make your research and know if this Pain is worth holding. Yes, if this Piin is worth holding. It's a community project. Um, uh, uh, Everything is being done by the community, and if you check the supply of the circulating supply, all of them are a free circulation. And the holdings, check the holdings, see that nobody is holding up to 10% on Piin. Nobody is holding up to 10%. That's to show you that the token was well distributed. The token is in the hands of the community. So the Pain is going to do well. I'm very bullish on Pain. I'm bullish on the community because community is always the alpha. So also once the Pi mainnet take place, there will be so many Pain will be integrated into the Pi network blockchain. and we'll be welcoming the Piin Network community into the Piin ecosystem. So this a bullish sign for me in Piin ecosystem. That's why, like I always say, we should try to make our own research. Make sure you have the knowledge. First of all, gaining knowledge of what you are putting in the money is very, very important. So that is whatever you are doing in the crypto space, you have to take learning first. Go for the learning, go for the knowledge. When you have the knowledge, I say you have to learn before you earn. So Pais is always is a community meme coins build on Bitcoin chain, bridge to Solana, and also will be bridge to Pi network once full minute. So I really, really appreciate the host for the alpha you have shared, for the knowledge you have been impacting into the Pi ecosystem. Crypto Nation, shout out to you. Shout out to you, Nano. You guys are killing it. So I love what you guys are doing. So I really appreciate. Yes, shout out to Piin community. So I will leave my mic for now in Crypto Nation. Thank you.
Thank you. Omo, your contribution is good. Your contribution is good. Big shout out to our lovely speaker, Nano Complex. Yeah, he actually said a whole lot. Fortune has been rocking, but yeah, his contribution also is good. We have Pi Open Mainnet in the building, another great, vibrant contributor within the Piin ecosystem. It's good to have you. This is 100 for you. This is 100 for you. Your presence is really, really appreciated. Yeah, we love you to come up and share one or two with the community as well if you can. So yeah, big shout outs to Nano Complex. Again, special shout outs to you. Yes, he's my Ida. I call him my Oga, my boss. Good to have you here as always. So guys, let's wait if we have 5 minutes. Come up and share one or two with us before we start. Like I said, we are rounding up already. So I'm going through the comment section, attending questions. For those that have been dropping their wallet address, the one of the rules is you come up and share one or two or ask questions for you to be eligible for the draw. And just to be clear, guys, I am not in charge of distribution. I just pick the wallets that are qualified and forward it to the team. So they are in charge of the distribution. Please and please don't come to my DM and bang. Thank you and God bless you. Thank you so much for your time, each and every one of you that are here. We do this every Friday. We intend to, our goal is to evolve the pattern of our space, not just to focus on shilling, but above all, educate people on what investments, meme coin, crypto, and whatsoever is all about. We also find out time to talk about some political aspects of the Web3 space, not the Web3 space entirely though, but the crypto aspect and how it affects us. And we also find out time to also talk about our mental health, as we just did today, and so many topics that are of great interest, and then is Web3 and crypto related. So, like I said, thank you for your time. I think without any more question, now I would like to, give us what is this call it, your closing remark, and then we hear from Pinet, Crypto Night as well before we start wrapping things up. So use that and close. Thank you. Now you have the mic.
Yo, thank you, boss. Shout out to Web3 Geek, yeah. So for closing remarks, like we said, like we began this space with, your mental health is key, right? Take some time off the chart, catch up with the real world. Find your friends, keep up with family. Then in the evening, you can return to that chat. Don't worry, a green is coming. Take healthy profits, guys. We'll see you again next week, Friday.
Thank you for that. A green is coming. I think I don't want to even sit for my heart. A green is coming. Yeah, very early in the morning, and it's going to come with a whole lot of joy. So, tonight you have the mic as well.
Yeah. Shout out to the community once again. Whatever we are doing in the space, we just have to be very, very careful. like I will always say, invest what you can afford to lose because this crypto space, the market is always volatile. So let's be guided. Um, Always do your research. That's the most important thing. Always do your research. Make sure you do a very good research on your own, and also don't borrow money to invest. Invest what you can afford to lose, and also take good care of yourself. Sometimes you have to take a break or from where you take a break. You go out, you touch some grass, then you get back to what we are doing. So thank you, my crypto nation.
Thank you. I don't know if sound agree with he said something. He said, "Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself." But three he posted something. I think it should be today or yesterday, but I shall saw it on his WhatsApp status. He said, "What? Stay mentally or fine, eat well, dress well, and stuff like that." So yeah, so I'm here telling you again: eat well, dress well, stay mentally fit, hold God, bro. Just do what is right, and you shall. So, Pi Open Minute, thank you for coming up. GM, how you doing? Good to have you with us.
Hi, Good Nature. I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, my bro. It's good to have you with us, bro.
Yeah. Actually, for coming later. Uh, yeah, I come here to speaker section just to greet you all because I really love you. And I believe in Piin. Oh, I believe in Piin and also in Piin community. As many of you said, before investing in any project, you have to do your own research. I said this to the community, but word out about our community, Piin is very strong, and if you have something to invest in, it is good time right now. Thank you so much. I think this is the end of end of space. Let's see each and everyone in this coming week. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for coming up, and we love you as well. Like you said, thank you so much. So, guys, with that, I remain your humble and active, energetic, vibrant, entertaining, and whatever you want to add to that. Space was a person of Crypto Nature, founder of CNC DAO, a community development member for Piin Network, and we are focused on creating visibility and helping Piin grow. And we hope to do a whole lot in the coming months. But with that, we call it a day for today's space, and we are ending this space with this lovely song. Is that in the midst of all the crowd, just know that joy is coming and it's gonna come in the morning. Trendybeats.com. If you know the galala galala, if you know the galala, woman joke, you joke, you joke, when you want my joke, you joke, you my joke, yeah, joy is coming, joy is coming. Joy is coming. Only a little boy. Joy is coming. Up on never. Do what you wanna do. I want to shine on what do. Yeah. Do me that, do me tender. I want to put it all. I want to put it all. Yeah, it's in a big thing. Got some cruise party. Go on for the day. Come on for the body of the breed. Put on your shoe, make it fantastic. All your sorrow, just them. If you know it, la 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 la. If you know it, la la la. One more joke.
More music on trendybeats.com. Trendybeats.com.
Okay. I just saw this question from Eminent. The question was like this: is Pi what the community make it what? Why? Okay, so let me answer this question real quick. Okay, it's actually on the speaker right now. Okay, Eminent, will you just ask your question so that we just get it on the speaker right now?
Okay, GM guys. I don't know if you can hear me. I was actually logging for a while. If you can hear me, just indicate with a sticker. Okay, open mainnet. Okay. All right. So the question, the quick one is, I don't know. This question will actually take a long while. I don't know, depending on how the speakers will respond or the host will respond to it, though. So I was actually thinking, and I was like, over the week, I was like, because from the last meeting we had, the space we held last week Friday, it was really educating. And after that, I was just thinking, because the host, Crypto Nature, said something. He said it's the community that will actually determine the value of Pi. Okay, he said that. So I was like, okay, in that case now, is Pi really what the community make it worth? Don't know if you understand my question. It's like, is it really what we make it worth? Because actually, before now, I was going to talk about the topic of today, which is how is your mental health? Well, I would say my own mental health is intact because, like we always say, the alpha I always get from here weekly is invest what you can afford to lose. Okay, so I don't exceed what I can't afford to lose. The money I've invested into Piin and any other crypto project is the exact amount I can afford to lose. So I would say my mental health is actually intact. If we get a green candle anytime soon or later on, well, joy has finally come and who will celebrate. But then if it doesn't anytime soon, of which I know it definitely will, but if it doesn't come anytime soon, well, my mental health still remains intact because what I invested is what I can afford to lose. So back to my question, is Pi actually what we make it worth with the community? Thank you.
Thank you. That's actually a very interesting question. So, but yeah, we have other speakers. So I would like to ask Kryptonite. I want to make it in the next 5 minutes. We'll be done and then we'll move. So, Kryptonite, do you want to say something or you want to answer it, or I should just go on? So I'll just make it snappy and we go.
Yeah, thank you for the question. Is Pi what the code teams
No,
says
the
it was? I
community,
say, that's
the
the question,
community.
right? Yes. Now, when you talk about value, now it's left for the community because I remember when the Pi coaching said that Pi will what the community says it will. So now, when it comes to Pi, it depends on you. Okay, now how do you see Pi? Is Pi easy for you to access? Is Pi do you value do you have which value do you attach to Pi? Now I see some people coming in saying that I value. Some people say that they value at the price of GCV. Some people say that they value at. It depends on us to know how as in to know how difficult to know how that value, that time we have spent, that time, the value of the time which we are spending on the Pi network ecosystem, if it's worth what you are willing to let it go for, if it's really what you are really what you are letting it go for. Assuming that I want to purchase my TV, and I want to purchase a TV, and you have that TV, and I'm in need of that TV, and somebody and you are in need of I wanted to, let me say, want to exchange Pi for that TV. Now you that is receiving the Pi, you have to know the what you are ready to to take in exchange of that TV. Is that TV, is this TV worth giving out my 5 Pi? Is this TV, the time I have spent on the Pi network ecosystem, on the Pi network app, my data, my time, is it worth giving out to this particular amount of it to this TV? Then when you can be able to answer that question, it depends on us. And this is what I used to tell my community. The price of Pi is going to be determined by the market, not by the community. The price of the Pi is going to be determined by the value, the current value of the liquidity in the ecosystem. Because most of us are just shouting we want Pi to be, and we are not ready to invest anything to make it to make it to that extent of what we are imagining, what we believe that the Pi coin should be. So the community now, are we ready to invest to actualize that particular price which we are advocating for? Are we ready to let go to your money? Are you going to invest? Because for Pi to have that value, the community or the ecosystem, we are going to invest in money into the Pi ecosystem, which are those real life utilities we are talking about. So are the communities willing to invest to that real life utility to give Pi that value which we want it to be? Thank you. I will end here. I don't know if you have anything you can end. You can also contribute.
Thank you for that contribution. Thank you so much. So now let me answer this question. Yeah, and I will answer this question in two ways. But last, you will be the one to decide still. Now, this is it. The question is Pi what the community make it what? Currently, looking at how you put your question. Current price, judging from the current price of the black market, which is 1,100 to 1,200 and stuff like that, for a particular Pi, is it what it is? Now, what in which accent? If you tell me that okay, the price is too small, I will tell you yes. If you tell me that the price is too big, I will tell you no. Currently, that's number one. Now, when the Pi core team said that the community will decide what the value of Pi is, now, what year did they make that statement, and why did they say that? Let's look into it. They made this statement during the early stage of what? The enclosed mainnet. The enclosed mainnet. That was when they made this statement. Now, let's come down to why did they even say that? The reason they said that is because the enclosed mainnet is designed to encourage barter between pioneers. Now, when there is a system that encourages barter, there should be a sense of value, which is price, right? Now, the community in turn are now pushing the decision to the core team, right? Asking the core team to give them a stipulated price range in which they can barter their goods within. I don't know if that makes any sense to you, if you can still relate, right? So, which in turn, the core team don't want to give anybody any price. Mind you, the reason for the enclosed menace is to study the behavior of the community. Is a psychological and social experiment of the Pi network community members. How do these people actually value this? What are they willing to let go of for so and so this? In turn, it helps the Pi Network core team understand how the community value it, helping them make accurate decision in the future. That's number one. But when it comes to the open mainnet, you cannot say that the community will be the one to decide. It is now open. Liquidity has to be added. People will trade it. Then the market will now decide the value. And then that is where demand and supply comes to play. So now, in the enclosed mainnet, is Pi actually worth what the community makes it worth? Yes, it is. But in the open mainnet, the market will make it worth. Yes, the market will determine the value.
8 days, because currently the value of 1 pi, which you can mine within a space of, let's say, 8 days plus, is equivalent to 1,000 naira plus currently in naira. So I feel 8 days is not too long.
So now, with your answer now, in a nutshell, your answer is no. Right? Good. So now you now understand why it is that. And that is a very low price. At a very low price. So now you now see that there is no straightforward answer to this. But you just have to look at it logically and economical wise. So yes, I think that should answer your question. If that. So Kryptonite, your answer up. You want to say something? We don't enter 1 o'clock like play.
Yeah. I just want to talk about the question you asked him, that is the 1,200 naira, which that's what people are buying it on the black market now. Does it worth the 8 days of mining the Python? Now, I just want to add something there. There are people that are able to mine one coin in a day. There are people that have that referral that they can be able to mine one coin in a day. And looking at those people, do you think that those people also, do you think that particular money, that particular price on the black market, do you think because their mind is, do you think they will give it at the same value rate which somebody that that are not able to mine, that are mining for 8 days, comparing to him that is just mining a pie in a day? Do you think that both of them are holding the same value for that particular coins, on Pi coins, to be specific? No, I didn't know. Yeah, I don't know if you got the question.
I get your question. So now this vice versa is the question of what I asked him, and then you are you are now asking
Yes.
people to mine 1 pi in a day. You should have at least 400 referrals. And among your 400 referrals, get this thing. Among your 400 referrals, up to 200 plus should be actively mining when you are mining. True or false? True. So you get the point now. So now, if you now check everything out here, you will now discover that anyhow you want to put it, 0.7 USDT, right, is still undervalued. It's still not worth a single pie. That is just the answer, regardless of how many pie you are mining in a day. And I want to state out clearly is that, guys, the amount of pie you mine or you see that you mine, right, is 3 times less than what you actually mine. 1/3 of what you are seeing as what you mine comes from bonus, which you may never have access to if those people did not pass KYC or get migrated. Now, every pioneer now, more than 80% of their total pie that is showing on homepage, right, they are at risk of losing it. Why? Is because some of their downlines did not do the KYC. So you now still understand that no matter how, your own personal pie is not going to it's not going to be equivalent to 10% of what you actually have. Somebody has 4,000 in total, right? Plus bonus and everything. But the one he actually might by himself is less than 1,000. So you get the point. So that is just that. I believe that answers your question. So guys, thank you so much. Like play, we don't spend 2 hours plus. Thank you for your time. We do this every Friday. Make sure you follow every speaker and turn on the notification. Mnet, thank you for asking this question. We really appreciate that. You are an amazing community member. There is no dull moment with you as well. Thank you. From me to you, Web3 Geek, thank you for your time. Thank you for always joining our spaces. Thank you for shilling it. We really appreciate love and support. Thank you so much. In order not to miss out, guys, make sure you follow every speaker, turn on your post notification, do your research about Piin. Once again, big shout outs to the sponsor for today.